Ah, Nintendo, Nintendo, Nintendo. No te entiendo. Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and well, Nintendo owned titles excluded from Japan's biggest speedrunning event after organizers were told they had to apply for permissions for each game. So at this point, yeah, something that is they can hey, raise money for charity. We are non-profit. You can verify us. They were told no. And in Japan, which is that stuff is highly regulated. Yeah, I can. I'm not going to deny that even that country could have some cases of scams through charity, but for the most part, yeah, we haven't seen much of those. And if there was a charity that has already existed for all this long time, so Nintendo went full lawyers. We have seen this company threaten everyone with lawsuits. Hell, we saw it with Costa Rica with Super Mario. So yeah, that's stuff from a guy called Mario. And yeah, Nintendo thinking, well, we own the name Super and the name Mario. Yeah, at this point, yeah, the Italy should sue your ass. But well, let's continue because I just ranting too much here. So, a speedrunning event RTA in Japan gets warned over quote unquote unauthorized usage of Nintendo games in the competition. So, excuse me there. I don't know what fucking Steam open up there. So, you have a charity that even they can have these legal owned copies of Nintendo games in Japan, and they use that. Yeah, we do these speedruns because we want to make some show and raise money for charity. Yeah, and Nintendo just told them, "No, you have to ask us for permissions, and we can still say to you, you can go fuck yourself." So, yeah, it's not the first time we have seen this shit. We look at other examples such as Hololive and Kurosanji, when those two VTubers agencies they need to ask permission to Nintendo to stream their games because well if everyone has forgotten already how Nintendo threatened all YouTubers and content creators in the West by striking their channels by taking all the monetization of the channels entirely at the moment they decided to stream a Nintendo game and feeling all of those clauses that yeah this company man is of another level of evil. But even I have to say when it comes to Nintendo drones, I already stated doesn't matter if they are Westerners or they are Japanese or Asians, they are on the same fucking third in my opinion. But looks like that tour is finally going to wake the fuck up, considering how they are threatening in these ways. The hey, got the you need you need to catch the message already that this company is just fucking evil, man. So yeah, 2 months ago it was revealed that the RTAs in Japan summer of current year will have featured no Nintendo games at all, as no official explanations was provided at the time. Speculation and concern has been spread online. On August 4th, the organizers of RTA in Japan addressed the situations and confirmed that their decisions was made in response to a warning from Nintendo. And you have a tweet, well, citing the article about this. So, according to the announcements, due to the direct notice from Nintendo, RTA in Japan will not be using any Nintendo-owned title for this summer's event, scheduled to run on August 9th to 15th. For all future events, they'll be applying for individual usage permissions for each title they want to feature. You need to make a form here, sign it, and send it to Nintendo. What kind of fucking bureaucracy is this shit? Well, Nintendo is so fucking big. Yeah, they are the Nintendo. Well, they are the fucking Disney of Japan for a reason, because they behave in such a disgusting way when it comes to liability, lawfare. Ah man, yeah. Let's continue. RTA in Japan is the country's biggest speedrunning event, and as people were heating up for the summer of 2025, the competition, the newly announced list of games meant to be featured at the event, stirred up controversy among Japanese gamers. While previous years have customarily featured numerous of Nintendo games, which were always the highlight of the event, so yeah, the Nintendo always saw them. Super Mario 64 having the highest viewership. No, none were found on the list of featured games that was announced for this summer. This was quickly picked up by media, and fans speculated that Nintendo might be directly involved. And according to RTA Japan's organizers, Nintendo reached out to them on June 13 to let them know that, as a legal entity, they will have to ask permissions in advance. Oh man. So yeah, if you needed more reasons why this company deserves to fail, I don't know what else to tell you. They, when it comes to charity, hey, you like, even some people were commenting on my videos when I talk about Nintendo. When Iwata was there, none of this shit was actually happening. This kind of embarrassment wasn't there, and they had someone that was caring for the Nintendo brand, because the customers of Nintendo, well, they were served by someone that was also a customer of video games, a maker, a developer, and a seller of that. Now, well, since he passed away, and we have seen how Nintendo, well, they saved themselves with the first Switch, but I think, yeah, the moment they take the head far ahead, look how the fucking ghoulish they are. To the point that even something that they didn't have problems with in the past, and especially a non-charity organization, well, non-profit charity organization, excuse me, there, yeah, they told them no, and you need to make this fucking bureaucracy to get our permission. Let's continue. To feature Nintendo games in their event, additionally, Nintendo stated that all previous instances of their games being streamed as a part of RTA at Japan's constitute quote-unquote unauthorized use, even if they have the physical, original, legit copies. This is Nintendo. I don't need to explain more of that. As RTA in Japan hopes to continue using Nintendo games in future events, the association has begun negotiations with Nintendo. To RTA in Japan is a non-profit organization with the revenue from viewers and subscriptions going towards various charities. The problem seems to lie in the fact that they are officially a legal entity. They became one in 2020. RIJ stated that from now on, they will be sending separate requests for Nintendo for each title they want to feature in the future. However, as they were not able to accomplish this time for the RTA in Japan summer of current year, they decided not to feature any Nintendo games in the event. This will also affect the guidelines and requirements for nominating games for future competitions. For the future competitions, excuse me there. The organizers has promised to provide more concrete information soon. Yeah, look how this fucking company behaves. And those one were in the radar all this time. Well, since they say, yeah, because you became a legal entity, and even you could say, I think it depends from legal entities, because yeah, ones can be profit and non-profit, and well, someone that a charity, RTA in Japan, that has existed for a long time. Look how they are treating them. This is how Nintendo treats their customers. This is how Nintendo treats everyone that use their products and they want to share it to the public or make use of them in a ways they don't want. They want to detect how to use their shit. Fuck this company, seriously. So that's it. Thanks for watching and please take care.